We got it for. How we doing?
I don't even know you can get one of those.
CVS, I think.
I'll start. What was your summer like? I saw you, working out, big guard, all that kind of stuff. What was your summer workouts like?
This summer it has been a lot of focus just on trying to become a more all-around player, but owning on the things that I didn't really do well when I was getting a lot of minutes and trying to be better at decision making. That was the main thing, and I think playing with the national team, especially breaking down film with Olin in LA, kind of really helped me improve and feel more comfortable with myself. And the game's starting to slow down more and more. When you go across those waters and you play like European teams, and it gets real difficult, and you gotta kind of think the game, and that's what they do well. And every European player who comes really thinks the game well, and so I learned to cherish that, and each possession mattered, and taking care of the ball and stuff like that. So it was a big summer in terms of just change, growing, and I'm excited.
Hey, Nickeil, Christian Clark here. What have just your early impressions of Willie been, and what's it been like, very early on getting to work with him?
I think it's good because when you're a younger team, to have someone level-headed like him really helps. You can tell that he's a very calm guy. He finds that balance where it's like, okay, we gotta have discipline, come in and get the right stuff done, but we're not gonna drill you into the ground. And I think he finds that right balance of quality work. Talked to him in the facility, I think it was 2 days ago, about working smarter and not harder. Just little things to become more efficient with time, and him being a former player, he understands it. And I think it's going to be great for us.
What's up, Nickeil? There was a lot of talk this offseason about some of the things you did to organize the team, getting them together away from the court. I guess what kind of led to you taking that initiative, and why did you think that was important?
Just going on 3 years of 3 new faces, and one thing I've learned is to accept change, and that it's inevitable. And so what I want to do is be more comfortable with it. And for me to cope was to get to know everybody. One thing I love is everyone's personalities. We're all laid-back guys and enjoy each other's company, can laugh and go to dinner together. So to me, I love food, I love restaurants, and I just want to get with everyone so we can just lay back and chill. I think having good team chemistry off the court and on the court kind of starts with that accountability and getting to know guys.
We know Zion obviously wasn't with you guys at some of the workouts because of the injury, but how much did you talk to him? I know obviously, Jackson mentioned you guys still have that group chat with the 3 of you, the Rooks chat. How much were you in contact with him and just talking to him about how things are going this summer?
Pretty often. I seen him on my birthday, FaceTime here and there, just to check in. One thing about the summer is like when you spend so much time with the team, you kind of want to let it breathe with just any relationship. But he knows he's my brother. Jax knows they're my brothers. They can hit me up anytime. And so we just check in, just to keep in touch, but let us get our family time. The things that we don't really get to do during the year, see the people we don't really get to see. But, just knowing that simple reach out, having each other was enough.
I guess this really was your first, break from the NBA life. Like, what was that like for you? How much time did you actually take a break, and how much time was it, all right, let me get back in the lab and start working?
I think from the season, I tried to take 2 weeks, more like a week and a half. But even then, just kind of form shooting, nothing too strenuous on the body. But that jump going to the national team as well, I wanted to make sure that I was ready, that I had been working and got my body right, and that's where Olin had really harped on me on just eating breakfast and doing the small little things each day, and started to build and turn into a new routine for me that kind of just started to take off, and making sure I got my treatment was big too.
Hey, just one more for me. I know you've talked a little in the past about just the difference of playing the 1 and the 2. Has there been any conversation about like that, or is it still too early to tell? And you just have any thoughts about difference or anything like that?
It's still early, but we went to dinner last night, Billy and Tomas and I, and we were kind of just mentioning that part of just the fact that all our guards feel interchangeable. You can see lineups with Tay and Tomas, me and Tay, just however you want to spin it, Garrett and one of us. It just flows really well, and I feel like that helps us because it just adds to our versatility and shows our depth.
Right over here, just two quick ones. First of all, when you talked about the national team, it almost sounded like you were insinuating that Canadians are more like Americans than they are like Europeans. Did I hear that right?
Oh, man. I mean, cultural-wise, I would say the cultures are different, and you don't really see it until you're there. I will say that the Canadian game is similar to the American game just because we're right here. It's kind of like our cultures in terms of people are different, but when it comes to basketball, it's similar in how it's taught. Fundamentals are key for us and how we learn, and it is here, but in Europe, just from talking to Billy about how he grew up learning the game, it was different from how I grew up learning the game.
And then the other thing is just on how wide open it seems for a number of guards, including yourself, to establish, I guess, more of a presence in the rotation. I mean, that's the impression from outside. Is that your impression, and how are you approaching that?
Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that comes around. So what I try to do is control what I can. Shout out to JJ, being one of the best vets that I've ever had. Him and Drew Holiday really helped me, especially my rookie year. Even somewhat in my sophomore year, just talking to him. The main thing he always said was just control what you can each day. And so that's the only thing I've been paying attention to. What can I do to help the team? How can I help the team? How do I get better? And that's my lane, and I'm just staying in it, and I'm enjoying it.
All right, now we'll transition over to Zoom with Chris Dodson.
Hey, Nickeil, appreciate the time today. Was talking with B.I. right before you, and he said you were kind of the leader on the DJ booth, on the music for the locker room and stuff. But I also wanted to ask you about your leadership at Summer League and how really having control of the team, the keys to the offense, gave you the confidence to move into this season and do the same.
Just, I guess, being around more helps you be more comfortable with people. Like, the more time you get to spend with them, the more acquainted you guys become, and you start finding a comfort zone, and you can kind of, like, let down your walls. I think all of us, inevitably, as humans, don't mean to, but I think the more you can just be more open with the guys that you're around and spend time and getting to know each other, it really helps, and that's just my role. And that's what I try to do. I know we lost a lot of great guards, and we're young, so however I can be helpful to the team, that's how I see it as. I don't really see it as being a leader. I just see it as being the guy who talks the most, in a sense, just to get everyone to feel comfortable, to try and make sure we're all good.
All right, thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's fire. I'm gonna show y'all how.